Hello everyone, in this video we are going to apply, review, do a full day wear test for the very new KVD liquid foundation. This is called the Good Apple, what is the full name? Full Coverage Serum Foundation. So if you want to know how this applies, how it wears throughout the day, and what my final thoughts are on whether it's worth it or not, stay tuned. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and also following over on Instagram. If you haven't seen the last video, it's for this product by MAC. It is a mascara refresher type of product, which is very interesting. So if you haven't seen that, I'll link it in the upper hand corner for you. I did do a poll on Instagram about whether my viewers would be interested in me reviewing this foundation. So that's just another reason to participate over at Instagram if you aren't already. And it was a little more than a 3-to-1. So about 3 times more people were interested in the review than not. So hopefully you enjoy this. So you can buy this foundation either through Sephora or Ulta. You can also buy it through KVD's website. The company is not associated with Kat Von D anymore. Most of you probably know that, but I wanted to mention that. The shade that I purchased is a light 021. The product looks like this. It has a plastic cap with a pump dispenser, but the bottle itself is glass. Nice details on the bottle itself. That is what the box looks like, and kind of a shade descriptor on the top. This will cost you $42 and you'll get just over 1 fluid ounce or 30 milliliters of product. Let's jump right into what the claims are about what this foundation should do for you. KVD says this is a lightweight, full coverage serum foundation that blends and bends with skin for a natural, seamless finish and transfer-proof wear. So you're supposed to get full coverage with a natural finish. The product is of course vegan, cruelty-free, and in recycled packaging. So the formula is supposed to have quote-unquote flexible elastomer pigments for that seamless, flashback-free finish to cover everything from blemishes to acne scars to hyperpigmentation. It is supposed to have a pore blurring effect and stand up to sweat and humidity. Here are the ingredients that are in the foundation. You have that glycerin at the top, which should help to give you some sort of hydrating effect, and thankfully no fragrance in here. All right, let's rewind back in time and go ahead to a bare face and apply. My skincare and sunscreen are applied. Gonna shake up the product. It's a light 021. And I'm going to apply it with a kabuki style brush. You can also use a sponge if you want to, or your hands even. I have had a cold and been blowing my nose a lot, so my skin right around my nostrils is flaking off and dry and bare. So just keep that in mind. That will have nothing to do with the foundation. It's just the way my skin is right now. So I'll try to concentrate on other parts of the face that are not around my nostrils. So I did kind of 1 full pump. I did sort of 2 half pumps there. And let's apply it to the side of the face. This is a very, very yellow toned shade. I do have yellow undertones, usually an NC20 in MAC. I feel like right away this foundation is streaky. Okay, so that's kind of a lighter layer of coverage. This is the side that I've applied it to. This is my bare skin. Can you see the texture that's on the skin? It might be hard for you to tell on camera, especially in the nose, and I'm not talking about the nostril area, but on the actual plane of the side of the nose, it's patchy and not smooth. I'm gonna apply a little more product to see if we can even out the surface and also see if it smooths out and how much coverage it imparts when you add more product. With the name being Serum Foundation, I thought it would be a lot more serum-like in texture and how it moves over the skin, but it's surprisingly like a standard texture of a liquid foundation. Definitely imparts significantly more coverage as you layer it, which is a good thing. So you can have some flexibility in terms of whether you want lighter coverage or more coverage. But now you can really tell how textured and not smooth the foundation is. It's been a long time since I've worn a foundation with this much texture on the surface of it. Really not flattering. Decent coverage. This color is way too yellow. It's like an unnatural yellow. Yeah, I'm gonna try on this side to use my hands and see if we can get a more smooth finish to this. I mean, when they say you can get full coverage out of this, that's a claim that definitely holds true. I really don't like the way this feels on the skin. It just doesn't move with fluidity over the surface. It's just surprisingly dry in the way that it moves and feels. Now I will say, manually pressing it into my skin, it looks like it's helping, well, not on the nose area, but at least on my cheeks, it's helping to smooth out some of that texture, like flaky kind of texture, but oh gosh, I'm really disappointed. Like, for example, through the brows, can you see how not seamless and smooth it is? And even though I don't have that same kind of patchiness when I use my fingers, it just still doesn't look nice. On my nose, it still looks very poor, emphasizing and textured. Again, ignoring these nostrils, not holding that against the foundation, but it's just not a nice finish. I'm surprised how matte it is. Again, just sort of that Serum name, but yeah, I'm gonna let it rest for a little while and see if the finish is any different after it kind of sets into the skin. So I'll be back in a couple minutes. So yeah, you know when people say that things emphasize, like makeup emphasizes pores, that's exactly what this foundation does, especially around the area right next to each side of my nose. It's just really settling into pores and highlighting them. And it's streaky, it's patchy in finish. If you stayed at a distance, the coverage is very nice. So you're getting a lot of covering up of any pigmentation or uneven spots. So on that front alone, it's an effective foundation for coverage. But if you are, in a social setting and you're sitting or standing just kind of within arm's length distance, I would be very self-conscious about, especially around my nose and on my nose and then the top of the forehead, how much this does not make my skin look nice, and definitely through the eyebrows. It's really patchy there. So not a great look so far. I'm gonna go do the rest of my makeup and we'll see how it kind of interacts with, sorry, I'm moving stuff around on here. We'll see how it interacts with powder. My words are not coming to my brain. Powder products and things like that. Actually, since I have it here, and this is also a new product, I'll apply for you the Danessa Myricks. Is that how you pronounce it? Danessa Myricks Beauty Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Flushed. Powder flushed. It's a product that you can use as a blush and also on the lips if you wanted to. The shade that I have is Bellini. I'm gonna take a duo fibered brush and apply. It's a lovely product, and compared to a lot of things that you can find on Sephora, it's not that expensive either. So that's nice. It blends fairly nicely over the skin and blends out fairly nicely. A lovely peach color there. I almost forgot to show you what this looks like in natural light. Like I said, from a distance, it looks nice. It isn't apparent at a distance that there are texture issues. It's just more up close. And this is before any sort of powder product on top also. I just have that blush that I showed you. All right, so here's the finished look. I think applying just completely translucent powder over the foundation definitely hasn't helped smooth out any of these rough patches. Let's take a look up close. So on the nose is one of the most obvious parts. Both sides, doesn't matter which type of application, you get that patchy finish. Now, maybe that's from me blowing my nose, even though it's on this upper area, which I don't think should be affected, but let's just try to be fair. If you look on the forehead, the side where I applied with my fingers is more smooth, but definitely the side applied with the brush is, I had to get a little flaky off there, but it is emphasizing pores along the forehead area. You've got it settling into the pores around the nose. So just not the nicest of finishes. We'll see kind of at the end of the day how the foundation perhaps changes and develops, but upon initial application, not a foundation that I would go for. All right, we are here at the end. It's a little bit shorter than I usually go. I try to do a very minimum 8 hours. In my videos, I've usually worn the foundation for between 8 and 12. Here, it's more toward the 6-hour mark, but it's not gonna change dramatically. And if it does, it's not gonna change for the better. So I want to take the foundation off, which is not a good sign. Do any of you do that thing where you do like this kind of thing if you can feel your foundation or if it feels heavy? It doesn't feel super heavy or goopy when it comes to this particular KVD one, but it doesn't feel lightweight like it claims. It's a kind of formulation that I can feel on my skin. Obviously, it's become more shiny. That's typical for any liquid foundation that I ever, or frankly any foundation that I wear throughout the day, because I have naturally oily, shiny skin. I've been doing things all around the house, doing chores, so nothing super physical, heavy sweating, but you know, being active throughout the day. I think my natural oils in my skin have helped to mask a little bit of the texture that the foundation has created, because those oils have kind of filled in the gaps. But basically, I still see that texture that I really don't enjoy. And especially if you have dry skin, I can't imagine this being a good foundation for you in the way that it applied, in the way that it felt, and the way that it finishes over the skin. So once again, the most noticeable place is all along my nose. There's still unevenness near the hairline that has, I think, smoothed out a little bit because of my natural oils in my skin. We're gonna ignore the flakies along my nostrils from blowing my nose, but I still find it's pore sinking into the pores along here. It's really textured between the eyebrows. And I'm kind of also noticing, I don't know. I don't know if it's become patchy around where I actually applied that cream blush on top. But the bottom line is, I don't think this foundation is worth, especially the price point. I don't feel like it applied nicely. I don't feel like it feels super lightweight. And it's definitely not gonna live up to the claims of being smoothing out of your skin. It gives good coverage. I think that's pretty much the one consistent positive thing that I can say about the formulation, unfortunately. But other people may have different experiences depending on your skin type, maybe on how you apply it. Let me know if your experience has been different in the comment section below. You know, if you have to apply it a super specific way in order to get it to work well, in my opinion, it's probably not worth it. So the fact that I've applied it to different methods and I still don't love it means that I personally am not going to go through hoops to make something look good by being very particular about how I have to apply it. I just don't have time to do that. So, but if there is a way that you have experience where it's nice, or just tell me what your skin type is, things like that, and maybe it works a lot better with a different kind of skin type, leave that in the comment section below. I hope this is helpful to you if you were interested in this foundation. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you in the next video.